If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine, and maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them, from disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you work in quality control at a candy factory, you know strict safety regulations come with the job. It's why you partner with Grainger. Grainger helps you find the high quality and compliant products your business needs to inspect, detect, and help correct issues. And the sweetest part is, everyone gets a product that's as safe to eat as it is delicious. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine, and maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them, from disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB, hour number 2. T-Bob, Alondra, Villarreal, and Teleshop. Hanging out with you today. I hope you're having a great day. NFL draft last night. Very fun at Don Juan. Thank you to Don Juan. Thank you to everybody who came out last night. Great to see the crew. Shout out Brittany, Laurel, Shelby holding it down. Seeing all the partners. No shout out. Take out my guy Chuck, our resident Cowboys D-bag. Y'all would love each other today. Made for each other.
We've met.
He was in classic Cowboys form. He was making fun of the Saints for picking an O-lineman, only to then turn around and cheer when the Cowboys picked a guard.
Wait, he cheered?
Yeah, he was excited.
Okay. Yeah, well, that tracks.
It felt like copium. Where were you excited? Because that's what I want to do this hour. I want to talk a bit about kind of the rest of the draft as well.
I don't want to say disappointing, underwhelmed maybe. I thought they were going to go like a skill position, but they need O-linemen. I mean, I don't hate it. I would have really liked Matthew Golden. There was a lot of talks there, but I don't hate it. They needed offensive line. Yeah.
I don't know, guys. My brain just shorted out for a second. All right, let's do this. Okay, so kind of high-level notes from the draft. It got off to an immediate crazy start with the Jaguars, Liam Cohen, Duval, making a big move, trading up from 5 to 2, going after Travis Hunter. And it is kind of funny, if you're going to invest 2 first-round picks into a player, Hunter is kind of like 2 first-round picks in some ways, so maybe end up justifying that. Again, okay, before we talk about the Browns, what do you think their plans are for Hunter? Because everybody's been saying that it's defense, and only the Browns want him for offense. But I don't feel like you traded up to get him for defense. Especially not because all of the run-up to this draft was that the Jaguars wanted to make a splashy offensive addition. I think he's going to major in offense, minor in defense in Jacksonville here early on.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like the play because, I mean, what Schefter mentioned it the other day. I don't think they're going Mason Graham because I think Liam Cohen wants an offensive player, and it made sense. I mean, we talked about McMillan. We talked about Tyler Warren, which we'll get into the Chicago Bears. But, yeah, I think he's offense early. You need someone next to Brian Thomas Jr. You lost Christian Kirk in the offseason, so I like it.
Yeah, and so, I mean, there's no excuse left for Trevor Lawrence now. You're investing in him. He has to start to fulfill some of the potential that he had for that one season, or that he flashed for that one season. So I don't hate it from the Jaguars' perspective, although giving up a future first is always one of those feelings where I'm sure it feels good at the time to think you got your guy, but I'll be damned if it ain't going to feel bad come next year. But one interesting that I saw were Cleveland Browns fans upset that they didn't get Travis Hunter. And to me, I think this was a home run for the Browns. You get Mason Graham at 5. You're probably going to be not that good again. So you'll have a high first-round pick next year. And Jacksonville is freaking Jacksonville. They're probably not going to be that good. Maybe they are. Probably not, though. You get their first-round pick along with everything else. Like, this feels like just a haul for Cleveland here. And now you team up Mason Graham with Myles Garrett, and you're really looking like you're sitting pretty. You can even package those two first and go get one of those quarterbacks next year. Like, the Browns did something good here, I feel.
No, I think it's great. We talked about it the other day. I wanted Abdul Carter with the Browns because I thought he would be good with Myles Garrett. You just got a guy from the interior now. You weren't going to be good with Travis Hunter because you're the Cleveland Browns and you don't have a quarterback. You didn't really miss anything. You have 2 first-round picks next year. You have 2 second-round picks this year.
Yeah.
Cleveland trade those today if they wanted to and maybe make something happen in the future for next year. I mean, but you have so much room to grow here in this. I thought they were one of the bright spots of the first round.
All right, so then at 3, Abdul Carter to the Giants, because, of course, why would you not take him there? Will Campbell to the Patriots, we knew that, and Will Campbell becomes the first LSU Tiger, LSU offensive lineman selected in the first round since Alan Faneca. Pretty insane. Which, granted, Hanny did point out on the show last night that if Lyle Collins hadn't been hit with one of the most insane draft stories that we could possibly fathom, he would have gone first round, but it's still a pretty amazing stat nonetheless. And, of course, why wouldn't you go Campbell, right? Talk about a high floor. That's another high floor guy. Well, what did you say, Tay? In his 42 starts, Kelvin Banks gave up 5 sacks.
5, yeah.
Okay, in Will Campbell's 3 years, I think he had over like 1,400 pass blocking snaps. He gave up 4 sacks. And both these guys are playing against Sunday guys week in and week out. So, and that makes it now the thing that's maybe more exciting for the Patriots than that of the Saints is he's protecting Drake May. So they feel now, if you're a New England fan, you should feel pretty good about the fact that you have 2 team-building cornerstones in terms of, okay, we got a left tackle on a rookie contract, quarterback rookie contract. That's a really good place to be if you're looking to rebuild. Those are good foundational pieces.
You see Campbell's interview when he got drafted?
We couldn't hear the broadcast in there, which is a bummer.
Do you want it? I have it.
Yes, give it to me.
Louisiana, but you just got a love letter from the New England Patriots. You haven't stopped smiling since you heard your name. What's behind that smile?
Man, just all the hard work.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Congratulations.
He's tearing up right here.
I've worked my entire life to be up here, to be able to get my name called by a franchise like New England. It means everything to me.
We can feel that. We absolutely can feel that, Will.
Good on him.
You are brought to New England to protect Drake May. What kind of tone are you going to set on this offensive line?
I'm going to fight and die to protect them with everything I got.
Hell yeah, dude.
Congratulations, Will.
Hell yeah. Oh, man, I'm going to fight and die. Hell yeah, man. That's what I want to hear if I'm a New England Patriot fan. It's crazy, man. That brought up some emotions in me, and I can't imagine what it's like being an actual draft pick because I was sitting there painting miniatures in my college apartment when I got the call that I was going to be a UDFA signing for $500. $308 after taxes, not to brag. And I cried. I was bawling when I got on the phone. I was so happy for the opportunity. So to be up there, keep it together like that, shout out Will Campbell, man. I'm going to fight and die. Print the shirts. If I'm a Pats fan, I'm printing the shirts today. I'm going to fight and die for Drake May. Okay. So There is that's Campbell at 4. At 5, you end up the Browns go Mason Graham. Again, I like that pick there for them. That takes off the board for the Saints, who that's somebody they would have been interested in, certainly. And then I feel like the Raiders are a winner here because they wanted Ashton Jeanty this entire time. It's the perfect Pete Carroll player. They've extended Geno Smith. They extend Max Crosby in the offseason. And it looked like maybe Jeanty was going to get snagged with all the Jaguar smoke, but they end up with their guy. So another winner there, I'd say.
Yeah, I like that pick. I like what the Jets did at 7. I know we were talking about it before the show. Armand Membu, he's one of the highest rated run blockers in this class. They're going to run the crap out of the ball in New York. Justin Fields, Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, that offensive line needed a run blocker. He can also play guard as well. That was a good pick.
I haven't heard X the crap out of something in a long time. Can you imagine literally running the crap out of the football? Just run it so hard that the football starts dumping fecal matter all over the field. That'd be crazy.
Be a storyline.
I don't have much of an opinion on Membu. I like what you just said is everything that I've read. So sure. Then at 8, the Panthers end up going Jalen Walker. And already we see, no.
Tedero McMillan.
Oh, wait, that's right. You're right. Oh, sorry. Tedero McMillan, which was a bit of a surprise. Wow, here I am. Recapping it wrong. Trying to do it from memory. What do you think about Tedero McMillan there? Investing in Bryce Young, feeling like they saw enough last year where they're going to give their guy a nice piece to work with if he cares about football.
Second year in a row, they've went receiver first round. If you remember, they traded back in late to get Xavier Legette last year. They're certainly giving him the pieces.
Accents, Xavier Legette, the best accent in the NFL. Continue.
They're certainly giving him pieces. I mean, he's got...
If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine. And maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them. From disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you work in quality control at a candy factory, you know strict safety regulations come with the job. It's why you partner with Grainger. Grainger helps you find the high quality and compliant products your business needs to inspect, detect, and help correct issues. And the sweetest part is, everyone gets a product that's as safe to eat as it is delicious. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
He's got a good running back room back there. They're shoring up the offensive line. He's got 2 good receivers now. Bryce Young can't get it done this year. That's it.
Yeah. And he showed good growth last year as well. And then the Saints go Kelvin Banks at 9. And who rounds out the top 10?
Colston Loveland.
Yeah. The first shock of the night. As pretty much everybody, we had Tyler Warren as TE1. And not even really I never heard Colston Loveland's name once in anything in terms of the first tight end off the board. I will say credit to the Oddfather. He had Warren going over 9.5 on his pick, which did not feel like in a lot of the mocks that was going to happen. And it ended up happening. Plus odds for the Oddfather there. Man, what do you think? Like you talked about, they have Cole Kmet already. Surprised they even went tight end. And then they go with not the presumed best guy. They're really trusting their own scouting there.
Yeah, I mean, look, he had 582 this year, 5 touchdowns. And you can say, okay, well, they lost to J.J. McCarthy. They lost to Jim Harbaugh. Even the year before, 640 and 4 touchdowns. I mean, it wasn't a huge drop-off in production. My issue is he missed multiple games last year because of injury. He only played in 10 games. He missed 3 of those games. I mean, he's a good player, but they need running back help too. And I'm not saying Tyler Warren's going to be a running back, but Penn State kind of used him as that. Maybe Chicago could have done that as well. He's a lot more versatile player. And they already, if you wanted to draft a tight end, draft something you don't already have with the versatility. They literally just drafted Cole Kmet again.
Yeah, it's an interesting pick. I wonder how Bears fans feel about it. All right, let's start to run through these. Taylor, you got it pulled up?
Yeah.
Okay, give me him.
Michael Williams, 11 at Georgia for the 49ers. Number 12, Tyler Booker to the Cowboys. Kenneth Grant with the Dolphins. Tyler Warren goes 14 to the Colts. Maybe that helps out their quarterbacks because they need all the help. Jalen Walker was the Georgia pick. Walter Nolan, Shamar Stewart.
Wait, hold on. Jalen Walker to who?
To the Falcons.
Okay, so right there, Kelvin Banks, Jalen Walker, a battle we're going to continue to see over time. Keep going.
Walter Nolan to the Cardinals. Bengals short up their defense with Shamar Stewart at 17.
I mean, right? Yes, in theory,
they got
yes.
a guy.
Yeah, I mean, they got a guy who's a physical freak. They need him to be Daniil Hunter.
Yes.
They
need
college
him
production, physical freak. Can he turn it on?
They
in the
drafted
NFL?
him for potential. They need the potential. Gray Zabel, the offensive guard for
From
Seattle
North
Seahawks.
Dakota, huh? Or
Yeah,
South
North Dakota State.
Yeah, North Dakota State. Yeah.
They've had some good linemen come out last couple of years.
Good name, Gray Zabel. Are you kidding me?
And Emeka Egbuka to the Buccaneers, which
So you're a resident Bucs fan. Again, let's highlight the
it.
NFC South here. How do you feel about this?
This is not Emeka Egbuka's fault. He was never a wide receiver one at Ohio State. He wasn't. Look at the guys he played with. He played with Olave, Garrett Wilson, straight into Marvin Harrison Jr., last year Jeremiah Smith. He was never a one at Ohio State. Not to say that he can't be, but also,
That's true.
also Tampa Bay got Chris Godwin back. You still have Mike Evans. Jalen McMillan was really good a year ago. And Tampa's secondary was terrible.
I'm about to say, I love that you're, and yeah, Will Johnson's still on the board there.
Well, Nick Emmanwori that
yeah.
everybody loved out of South Carolina. Like, he didn't go in the first round. That was another surprise that didn't go in the first round. Nick Emmanwori is still sitting there. Like, I thought Tampa was going to go defense all the way. Their offense was like third in the league. Their defense was like bottom 5. And you grabbed your number 4 receiver.
All right, so keep going.
Jedi Barron, corner to the Broncos out of Texas.
So I'm not crazy. It's the first corner off the board.
Yeah.
That's
it's
late.
First corner off the board.
That's late. That's it's a weird class. That's a weird class.
Pittsburgh, this was Mel Kiper's least favorite pick of his career. Derek Harmon, the defensive tackle.
Did he literally say that?
No, but I mean, T-Bob, I thought he was going to cry on set. He went off. Why is everyone picking on Shedeur Sanders? You know, he's just Mel. Derek Harmon, the defensive tackle out of Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, look, Cam Hayward's, here at the end, trying to replace him. Okay, continue.
Omarion Hampton, Jake will probably love this pick for the Chargers.
Yeah.
They desperately needed a running back. A lot of people like Omarion Hampton. Matthew Golden, 23 to the Packers. They waited till Aaron Rodgers left to finally take that first-round wide receiver.
Well, look, I mean, I said it last night, they have to make Jordan Love work out.
Yeah.
You made him the richest player in NFL history for 8 games.
Mm-hmm.
And he was fine last year, right? He was okay, I guess. So, yeah, they need to invest in him, which it is funny, though. I think when Rodgers was there, they kind of had a bit of what I would describe as Drew Brees disease, where there were years there where the Saints was like, okay, we actually don't have to.
We got a good enough quarterback.
We can throw together
Yeah.
any O-lineman, any wide receivers out there, and our quarterback's decision-making will just make up for it. Also, team building theory is different now. Wide receiver's a premium position. That was not the case. Like just 10 years ago, we used to say, can you win a championship if you pay a wide receiver? Like, not the case. Anyway, okay, keep going.
Donovan Jackson, offensive guard to the Vikings. Then this is where the Giants traded back up at 25. They take Jackson Dart. The Falcons had their second first-round pick of the night. They took James Pierce. So the Falcons bulking up the pass rushing because if you remember, it was Jalen Walker at 15. Now you have James Pierce at 26. They were awful at rushing the passer last year. Malachi Starks.
And think about the Saints. I mean, your last 2 draft picks, Fuaga and now Kelvin Banks, going to be going toe-to-toe.
Malachi Starks went to the Ravens, safety out of Georgia. Tyleik Williams, 28, defensive tackle out of Ohio State, went to the Lions. They got a pass protector, Josh Connery, for Jaden Daniels out there in Washington, the Oregon tackle.
Very good.
Maxwell Hairston from Kentucky, the corner. He went to Buffalo at 30. Jihad Campbell from Alabama went 31 to the Eagles because why not just take another?
What was that pick swap thing?
They were saying that
the Eagles and Chiefs just flipped.
they were worried that the Chiefs were going to trade that pick to somebody else. Because the Chiefs weren't going to take Jihad Campbell per se. They were worried the Chiefs were going to trade it to somebody else to take him. So they were like, we got to get the 31.
Oh, okay.
They weren't worried about the Chiefs taking him. They were worried about somebody else trading that pick. And then the Chiefs get Josh Simmons out of Ohio State at 32.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good pick.
Chiefs just get everything. I mean.
So is there any, I know we've gone long here, but, we just ran through the entire first round. Any other kind of high-level thoughts on Tay-Tay's winners or losers here?
Matthew Golden's going to be a stud at Green Bay. That might be my favorite receiver in the draft. I mentioned that I loved Amari and Hampton there. Did not like what Tampa did. I love what Cleveland did. Trading back, getting the extra
Cleveland's
picks.
my big winner, actually.
And I hated the Colston Loveland pick.
It's a head-scratcher.
Yeah.
It's a head-scratcher, to be sure. There it is, guys. Little NFL draft recap. Probably should have some music under that. That's on me. But Rivers just delivered our Chick-fil-A, so let's go to break. And let's stuff our faces real quick, and then we will be back with a little SEC weekend preview. Keep it locked. You're on OTB.
Off the bench.
Get Gordon and get it done. Louisiana's personal injury attorneys, the G-Man, okay? The G-Team. And the results speak for themselves. You get Gordon today, and look, you're going to get someone who's going to stand up to the big insurance companies, get you what you deserve when you get an accident. That's a bad place to be. Get an accident. The worst place to be is when you try to get your just recompense, what you deserve, and they say no. And they lean on you because they can, because they have more money, and they're bigger, and they're stronger. And that's when you need somebody to advocate for you and to fight for you. Like a knight with a shield and a sword against a dragon hoarding his gold. And that's where Gordon comes in. Gordon McKernan, injury attorneys. God, there's a lot of R's in there, huh? Gordon McKernan injury. Check him out today. Follow him on social media at GetGordon, or go to getgordon.com or call 888-8888.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
Y'all, welcome back to OTB. What's that, Tay-Tay? What's that?
Jake?
Oh, no, I've not heard
Wait,
of
what?
Jake. He might be sleeping. He probably had a late night last night.
I mean, it's fine. I just didn't know.
Yeah, way to go, Taylor. It's just upset the whole show.
8:30 Jake in the dock.
No, I know.
But it's technically 8:15. Like for our
Say
segment.
20.
Like it's technically the 8:15
Right,
segment.
it's technically the 8:15
Yeah.
segment, which means it's time to talk some SEC baseball. Alondra, very interesting weekend going down in the SEC, huh?
Yeah. I mostly just wanted to look at what's going on around like LSU. So LSU obviously tied for third with Tennessee, right? And then we've got Texas and Arkansas leading the way. And Texas lost
16-2 now, huh?
Yes. So Texas, they lost their ace, Jared Spencer, who we know very well.
Wait, out for the year?
Out for the entire season. He has a shoulder injury, is going to have surgery on it.
That
so
sucks for Spencer.
this comes when they're about to face Texas A&M.
A resurgent Texas A&M.
A resurgent Texas A&M. So Texas A&M has won 2 of their last 3 series, or actually all 3. So they beat Tennessee at home, as we know, swept South Carolina, and then they beat Arkansas at Baum Walker, which I think is a very impressive win.
Yeah, 13-5 on the year. Arkansas is second in the SEC. That's wild.
Second in the SEC at Baum Walker.
Like in the context of you really, because of your start, it's like LSU last year, you have no real margin of error.
Right.
And so to go into Baum Walker and do that, you're right. So Texas, are you putting Texas on upset alert?
27-3 at home, by the way, Arkansas.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
But, okay. So, kind of, just because, like, this is a really big rivalry, right? I would put them, Texas is a really good team. I was wrong about them in the beginning of the season, but, like, I had to give them a little bit of time, and I was kind of praying on their downfall because Jim Schlossnagle.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
you got to think,
of
like,
course.
Texas A&M, what?
I love Jim Schlossnagle.
Okay, bro.
Okay. That's
okay.
because your A&M hate supersedes decorum and what is right.
Yeah, like if he would have done it to somebody
how to conduct
else.
yourself. Yes.
He's a douche, but he did it to Texas A&M, so it's
he
funny.
pulled
It's
the
okay.
most snaky move ever.
It's funny.
But yes, it is funny. Like, I can exist in two worlds where I laugh at Texas A&M, but I also hate Schlossnagle.
And you
That's
can
fair.
kind of laugh at Tennessee, too, because he stole their thunder. They won the championship, and
yes,
all anybody
yes,
could talk
yes,
about was Jim
true.
Schlossnagle betraying Texas A&M and going to Texas after he...
So that's a good point as well that I, for whatever, hadn't considered because I'm not thinking straight today. But, yeah, like, so A&M hot,
Yeah,
Texas losing their ace,
right.
and revenge on the mind.
Revenge on the Mind, also a very old rivalry. Like, these teams...
Yeah, they already hate each other enough.
Right. So, and then Michael Early was with the school. I mean, Jace Laviolette was really upset when this all happened. And really, so their center fielder, Sorrell, he was out until like March 29th. And he's batting like .317 right now or something like that. So he's really been like the resurgence for Texas A&M. And Jace Laviolette.
Has Grahovic come online yet?
No, he's out for the entire season.
Oh, he's out for the
Yeah,
idiot.
so Laviolette, though, is batting like 400 in the last two series.
Damn.
And on the weekend, he had like 7 RBI or something like that. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, they're getting hot. Texas is obviously a really good team, but your ace, Jared Spencer, is out. I'm not sure who is going to take that spot for them, but should be a really good series just for anything, the rivalry that's there and the storyline of like Jim Schlossnagle leaving them and Michael Early being the coach that honestly, like we were all like, man, why would you do that? He's never coached in the SEC before. They were ranked number 1. They got off to a terrible start, and now they're getting hot again. So hopefully, like, Michael Early can go out there and prove himself as well. But
a lot of great narratives just
Yes.
all around
Yeah.
is the overall takeaway here.
Right. So then Arkansas is ranked number 2. Florida, they're facing Florida this weekend. They dropped the series to Georgia and A&M. Florida swept Mizzou and then won the series in Starkville last weekend. But Mizzou's not like everybody's sweeping Mizzou.
Yeah, no,
They're
it goes back to when we talked to Todd Walker. They're
0 for 19 in conference play still. Still have not won a single game in conference play. So, I don't know.
Nah.
Vandy is
Not a
nipping at your heels, though. Vandy's 4th in the SEC. They swept Georgia, a good Georgia team last weekend, dropped the series in Norman, and swept Florida the weekend before that. Then they got swept by Arkansas, and they're facing Ole Miss this weekend, who is 6th in the SEC.
I got a question for the LSU fans because I was out on spring break with the fam. I didn't catch the real tenor of how everybody reacted to the last 2 series.
Yeah.
Is LSU not getting enough credit for winning a series against a top 10 Alabama team?
No.
They're not getting enough credit for anything that they do.
Because it feels like
From the fan
everybody's
base.
so down on this team right now. And the most recent result is winning a series
Right.
against a top 10 Alabama team.
I think the midweek has a lot to do with it. Not that people care like that much about the midweek, but you swept by Auburn. To your point, you beat a really good McNeese team leading up to the Alabama series.
Yeah.
Then you beat Alabama, but that good performance is in between getting run ruled by Northwestern State and getting swept by Auburn. So
And I guess
like,
dropping the last Alabama game, so you've technically lost 2 in a row.
I feel like it's just getting kind of lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, I guess just let's maintain a little bit of perspective here. And the Auburn thing hurts, and nothing hurts worse than Sam Dutton leading the SEC.
Yes,
God, that
and
is
ERA.
just...
I don't understand that. Again, that is our Zach Bond, Saquon Barkley, however you want to say it. Now, when we talked to Coach Jay about it, he tried to he intimated that it was like about family and other stuff, but whatever. He's doing fantastically. But yeah, this is an LSU team whose most recent result was very positive.
Yeah.
Now you got Tennessee this week. So A&M, Texas, LSU, Tennessee.
Yeah.
God, what a weekend. What's the third biggest series, would you say, this weekend?
Let's see. I would say I'm looking at the schedule right now because I mostly just wanted to look at who was around LSU. So there's a top 20 matchup, Georgia at Oklahoma.
Okay.
And Oklahoma, let me look at theirs. I just had it pulled up.
Did they just get
They just,
swept?
I don't think they got, let me see. I didn't have this one ready.
Noogie says the bats are ice cold, T-Bob, 3 series in a row, even though you won 2 of those. pitching covered up lack of offense versus Oklahoma. So isn't that kind of like not the worst thing, though? The bats are ice cold, but they're second in the conference in batting average. Like, so they're still good, and you're telling me the pitching was good enough to win top 10 series, including one on the road, when the bats are ice cold. Like, I don't think that's awful. I think that's actually a sign of a team that's pretty malleable, pretty amorphous, pretty adaptable to what the situation at hand demands.
So after Oklahoma dropped the series to LSU, they beat Vandy, and then they obviously swept Missouri. And then last night, Georgia, the series started last night. Last night, Georgia beat Oklahoma 8-6. Okay. So, and it's in Athens, actually. So, I mean, back to LSU, though, that was like your first midweek game that you lost the entire season.
I know.
And people are freaking out. And it makes me so angry because first you complain about the bullpen, right? And then the bullpen's getting hot. And they're not what's losing you the game. And now you're complaining about the offense. And I get it. Like, the offense is cold right now. But, again, dog days of summer.
You just want everything.
It's the dog days of summer.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's a grindy game. And there's going to be streaks. I mean, you got to take a step back and say you're 12-6. You lost one midweek game on the year. You're, like 33-7?
I was going to say your overall record's 34-8.
Yeah, 34-8. And I don't know. I think and look, and you got Tennessee this weekend, man. So
you're 25-3 at home.
Yeah.
4-0 neutral and then 5-5 away. So like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, everybody just, I get it. You're a fan of that team. You act like your team's the only one with problems, right? Like, Tennessee and LSU come in 2-4 in the last 6. Like,
yeah,
Tennessee
word on the street is that Tennessee fans are out here complaining as well.
Exactly, and they're coming off. You're coming off a natty 2 years ago. They're coming off of one last year.
Yeah.
It's just, you're in the same. Okay, last night, Alabama had to rally against Missouri. Don't know if y'all saw that.
No, he said that Mizzou led 7 innings last night.
They did. They put up a 5 spot in the first.
Bruh.
Missouri's 0 in the SEC. They were 0-19. Alabama's a good team. They had to come back and win that game.
That's honestly really sad.
Yeah.
Sad.
0-19 is sad.
Think about what we talked about with Georgia at the beginning of the year. I mean, people were so high on Georgia. They've fallen back. They get a loss last night. I mean, everybody's going through their struggles. It's not just you.
So let's go, baby. LSU, Tennessee in the box tonight.
I'm so
Doyle and
excited.
Anderson, who will win the ace battle? I'm very excited for sure. All right, when we get back, keep it locked here on OTB.
Off the bench.
GEAUXTommies.com, GEAUXTommies.com. Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. Trust the home exterior improvement experts at Tommy's. Hey, reminder too. Okay, real quick, Tommy's. Hydro plank and vinyl siding, wood or vinyl windows, any type of door. They got you lifetime warranties. Energy efficient options, save you money over time. They're the best. Go check them out. GoTommys.com. You like my beard? You wanna unleash your beard? Unless you're like Tay-Tay, you can't grow beard because you're a lizard. Well, guess what? You go to GoBearded.com, GEAUXBearded.com. Now, Tommy has one of the most magnificent beards you'll ever see in your life. And he's looking around for products. And he said, I can't find the products that are for me necessarily. So he decided to take it into his own hands. So if you're ready to live a life untethered by societal norms, you want to reach your full beard potential, you need the products at GoBearded.com, GoBearded.com.
To sports talk, maybe. Off the bench.
We're back. I'm going to call Jake. Yeah, I'm going to call Jake.
Okay, everybody now. How about that, Tay? You like that?
Well, it's pretty cute.
I think
I wasn't feeling great this morning. Day completely turned around now. Thank you, T-Bub.
Right now, we got Rivers Huey in the studio. She just cracked a fresh Alani. She's already had a coffee. Just really, what do you need? Some cocaine as well?
I did have some BC powder, which is similar.
I know a guy. And right now, we're going to check in with our own gumshoe reporter. Okay, never mind.
He had an echo.
Okay, cool. But Jake's up in Lambeau covering the draft. We'll talk to Jake about it. It's going to be great. We had a great time at Don Juan last night. We'll talk more about that in a bit. I'm kind of checked out, guys, so, enjoy the rest of the show. We're just going to have fun.
I got 2 bottles of champagne today.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, little hair of the dog and a little feather of the chicken. What a combination. Jakey, Wakey, Eggs and Bakey. Jakey, what's up, dude? How are we feeling?
Feeling good. How are y'all feeling after Don won last night?
Actually, not bad, dude. So, Rivers and Alondra were both accusing me of making bad decisions. Alondra, like my mother.
I did not.
No, you're right. It was mainly Alondra.
No, I was very worried.
She reminded me multiple times that you were not in today.
You didn't have a backup.
And no, I know. But she actually did put a responsible fear in me because I kind of stopped drinking pretty early and just started slamming waters.
You did do that, but when we left, you were slamming water.
So, I stayed. I probably drank 30 cups of water. So we're feeling good, dude. We're feeling good. Way too much smoking, but we're feeling good. What about you, man? The scenes looked insane. There were a lot of people there.
There was a ton of people. It took a while, even after we finished up like at midnight. It took forever to kind of get back to the hotel. The people that were there, though, like all Green Bay fans and maybe some Detroit Lions and Vikings kind of sprinkled in there, but there must be Packer fans everywhere because that's all that you saw. In the last couple of years that I've done it, it's even if it's, been in Kansas City or Detroit, it hasn't been just Chiefs or Lions fans. So I think we all knew this because no matter where the Packers play, they have fans, but they were all here. Every Packer fan I know outside of Matt Flynn was here last night.
Okay, Jake, so we just went pick by pick earlier this hour. Give me in a classic draft question here, give me your big winner of day one.
I love the Jags being aggressive and going to get Travis Hunter. And it's like you get 2 for 1 there. So I thought that was a good move for them. Ashton Genty to the Raiders. They need a running back so bad. And so the fact that they got him at 6, they didn't have to move up. They didn't have to get ahead of Jacksonville because that was what a lot of us thought was maybe that he would go 5 there. That would make a lot of sense. And so those are probably 2 in the top 10. And then we kind of got into a territory, though, where some like Tedero McMillan going 8 to Carolina. I didn't think he'd go that high. Colson Loveland going before Tyler Warren.
That's the crazy one to us, dude.
Yeah, Colson Loveland's a good player, so it's not even really anything against him. It's just like, why would you not go Tyler Warren, who can do so many things and can fit into any offense? And I was like, even when the Saints were up at 9, I know that it wasn't their most pressing need, but I'm like, if they make the pick there, it makes sense because he can do so many different things for you. So that was a definite surprise because I thought Tyler Warren for sure was a top 10 lock.
I feel like I really liked Cleveland's haul, getting Mason Graham and, stacking picks for the future. What do you think about the Saints going to Kelvin Banks, Ross Jackson of LouisianaSports.net, nailing it?
It's a very safe player, and that is not a bad thing. I think that's a good thing sometimes, right? And it's a guy that for 2 years we've known he was going to be a first-round pick, and we've talked about him. And he wins, major awards at the collegiate level from a major university. Yeah. He's not a group of 5 guy. So I like it. I think it's something that helps you. And we talked about it. They had so many needs. It's like, okay, which one do you try to fill? I thought with so many playmakers on the board, maybe that's where they would go. And then we know they liked both edge rushers from Georgia, but this kind of tells you exactly what they think about their offensive line. And now you're going to have, 4 first-round picks on the offensive front.
Yeah.
And you've got so many assets into that offensive line, and you've had a lot of misses, and this one can't be a miss. You're selecting in the top 10, but I do think it's a very safe player. I know a lot of people had him maybe going later in the draft, but again, this is somebody that for a couple of years we've known he was going to go in the first round. So actually, I don't hate it. I guess that he's going to move. I guess he'll be your left tackle. You move your left tackle to right tackle. Maybe you move your right tackle to left guard. So there's going to be some shuffling on the offensive line for sure.
That would be kind of the ideal O-line for the Saints, right? Like if it were to work out on paper, I don't hate that O-line, especially in a Kellen Moore offensive system that can maybe put them in positions to succeed. Like, I'm like, okay, dude. I definitely see the vision. Don't know who's playing quarterback. How about our boy Will Campbell?
Oh, yeah. I mean, how great was that? I mean, I couldn't hear because we were analyzing the pick and doing some different things, but just to look up and to see him and was so emotional he couldn't really even talk. And knowing Will and talking with him like we have, just he talks about the hard work and what it took to get to that point, and it all hits you at once. It doesn't really matter where you get drafted, 4th or 40th or 140th, but all the work that kind of just rushes to your brain of what it took to get to that point. So I'm excited for him. Braves is somebody that has the same mentality that Will has. I had to play against that son of a gun, and so he's mean, nasty, and tough. That's what Will Campbell is, and so him and his head coach are going to love each other from day one.
I think he said, I'm going to fight and die for Drake May.
He did.
Yeah, so what a
legend. I believe it.
All right, Jake, empty out the notebook. Any other thoughts today, yesterday, anything else that, as we say goodbye, that you think needs to be mentioned?
Amari Hanson for the Chargers, my Bush League Bolts. I love that pick there. They needed a running back. I thought he was going to go 20 to Denver. He doesn't, so that's a good pick for them.
Yep.
When you look around what the Falcons did, they got 2 really good edge rushers from the SEC, and Walker from Georgia, Pierce from Tennessee, completely different players. So even though they play the same position, you take both those guys in the first round. Jackson Dart to the Giants. It was something that whenever the Giants traded up, it was funny. EJ and I were going back and forth, and I'm like, oh, they're trading up to get Jackson Dart. And EJ's like, no way, ain't no way. If they take a quarterback, it's going to be Shadur Sanders, but they're not trading. They are going to go somebody. They're going to go middle linebacker. I was like, EJ, they love Jackson Dart. They're moving back in the first round for Jackson Dart. 50 push-ups on the line. Said we can go 500 push-ups, and then they take Jackson Dart, and he says on air, we didn't shake on it.
Wow. That's hoe energy, EJ.
That is big hoe energy. I was not very happy. I was like, we are on national radio, sir, and you put that out there, and you're not going to do a single push-up?
That's terrible. That's terrible. But the show is not. And you can listen to Jake, Sirius XM 84. He'll be on all day Saturday. He'll be on tonight as well. Thank you, Jake. Keep kicking ass.
All right. See y'all soon.
All right, coming up next, talk to our guy Eddie from Dreams Come True. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Hey, reminders, guys, to go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, 925-8552. Centralplumbing.org, your one-stop plumbing shop, and has been so for half a century. How do you stand the test of time? How do you continue to grow? It's because your customers are consistently satisfied with the service that you're giving them. And that's 24/7 emergency service, if you need it, right? Flat rate pricing, licensed, bonded, and insured employees. They're the best. Oh, great warranty once the work is done as well. And over that amount of time, they've seen it all. They can fix it all, okay? So don't think there's a problem that's too big, too small, or that they don't know how to. Old house, new house, red house, blue house. When something goes wrong with your poo house, you want Central Plumbing. Centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. Also, bathroom remodels are in play. Great gift idea for mom, dad, whoever cares about those things in the bath of your dreams. Maybe a tankless water heater so all your stupid kids don't use all the hot water. Go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org.
Back from the break, where the sports talk gets real. Kinda. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back here on OTB. And wow, right now it is my pleasure to be joined by my main man, Eddie. Eddie's been, me and Eddie been knowing each other for a few years now. We got to know each other through Dreams Come True, an incredible organization that Guarantee works very well with. Been partnered for years. In fact, we're raising money right now. DCTofLA.com, DCTofLA.com. I think if you donate $25 right now, you are entered to win automatically a Justin Jefferson signed jersey and signed football. Is that correct, Alondra?
Either of the two, yeah.
Shout out to Russell Shepard, Shep Boys. He's the one that made that happen. But, yeah, pretty incredible stuff there. Again, guys, what Dreams Come True is, it's like Make-A-Wish, but for Louisiana families, Louisiana kids, and it's amazing. And, Eddie, how long have we been know each other now? You're talking to that mic. Get up on that thing.
I honestly don't know.
I don't know either, man. It's probably been like 5 years now.
Yeah.
Bro, you're 13 years old now. When you first started coming in here, you couldn't even get on the chair, and now you just hop up there all willy-nilly. You got a cool hat on, cool hair. You got your Deadpool shirt on, man. It seems like you're doing well, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
So we were talking a little bit off it. We're just going to nerd out here for a segment, guys. So what are we playing right now? Are we playing Pokemon Go? What's Eddie playing?
Yeah, playing Pokemon Go. I recently got a PC for Christmas.
Oh, let's go, Mom. Heck yes, dude. Okay, so what are we playing on the PC?
Playing like horror games and like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is that, like Five Nights at Freddy and stuff? Like, what are we talking about?
It's a popular game. It's called Repo.
I don't know Repo. Can I tell you about a little game called World of Warcraft?
I've heard of that.
Classic. Okay, came out in 2004. Eddie, that's a long time before you were born. But it's a game that I played the most of my life. So don't do it. Don't do it. It's an addiction. It's probably bad for you, but it's awesome.
I mean, I'm already addicted to Pokemon, so.
Yeah, heck yeah, dude. Switch 2 around the corner. Again, we'll see what ends up happening there. We're having a little debate, though. New Pokemon on the way for Switch 2. Do you think it's going to be a Switch 2 exclusive?
Yeah.
You think so? No Switch 1 with millions of Switch 1s out there. You don't think they're going to end up selling on there?
No, because they already have another Pokemon game that's like that, so they're probably going to release it with the Switch 2.
That makes sense.
No, they're already releasing Mario Kart World.
Answer me this. Original 151 Pokemon. The 3 starters, Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle. Which one are you choosing? Professor Oak puts the Pokeballs in front of you. Where are you going?
Bulbasaur.
Dude, let's go, Eddie. That's what I'm talking about, dude.
Charmander's overrated.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. The evolved man chooses Bulbasaur. Charmander's chalk. Squirtle's when you're a kid. The evolved man chooses Bulbasaur. And then we arrive at Venusaur and Solar Beams, and he's a freaking leafy dinosaur.
Yep.
It's sick.
Most people would choose Charmander because, one, it's really popular.
Yep.
And 2, Charizard has, I think 2 Mega Evolutions, so.
See, now we're getting beyond my scope. I'm an original 151 boy. Yeah. Maybe a bit of gold and silver, but I don't know about the Mega Evolutions. I've seen them. I don't know much about them. All right, Eddie, favorite Pokemon?
Guzzlord. Same.
Guzzlord?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't know Guzzlord.
From Generation 7.
Wow, Generation 7. Jeez. Did y'all know that Pokemon is the single most, it's like significantly higher selling than even that of Mickey Mouse. It's the most successful IP in the entire world. Eddie, thank you so much for coming in, man.
I'm glad I could come.
Bro, it's been really great catching up with you. I'm glad to see you're killing it. 13 years old, dude. Heck yes. DCTF LA. More on that coming up next. Hour number 3.
Off the bench